This half term, I understand you're going to be thinking about the Olympic Games. First Olympic Games was a very long time ago, thousands of years ago, in fact, in Greece, where the people of Athens decided to have games to encourage them, to give them something interesting and exciting to watch, just as some of you might be looking forward to watching the Euros football matches, or some of you might have been enjoying watching some tennis that's been on recently, or Wimbledon that's coming up soon. Whatever sport you like, often it's because we're quite good at it. I wasn't very good at football. I can remember in my primary school being the last person to be chosen for the football team and feeling rather miserable about it. But when I went to secondary school, everything changed, because there I got the opportunity to play tennis, and I was rather good at that, which is why those two sports spring to my mind. But whatever you feel about sport, we can all learn things from it, which is why you're thinking about it in school this coming half term. Sport reminds us that we need to work hard to achieve things. To be their best, athletes have to train very hard, and they often have a special person to help them, and that person is called a coach. The coach's job is to encourage the person to get better. Sometimes it's about being quite hard on that person, making them practice the same shot or the same technique over and over again. Sometimes it's just about being really encouraging and saying a really nice thing when somebody has done really well, and helping them to build their confidence in what they can do and be. And you might see a bit of both of those things at school. Maybe the teachers are the ones that say, I want you to try that again and again to see if you can get it right. And hopefully you've got friends who'll tell you when you do get things right, well done, that's really good. I'm glad that you were able to do that. But the great news, of course, is that the world isn't divided into people who need to be coached and people who are coaches. We can all be coaches to one another. We can all learn those skills of being generous in our thoughts about other people, of spotting when they've done something good or that's pleased them, and of drawing attention to that and encouraging them. And we can all help our friends when perhaps the going gets a bit tough and they have to really practice hard at something, by being there and helping them to see that with practice, they will get better. They will be able to do that thing that they're trying to do. Now, of course, we have sporting heroes or heroines, and most of us know that we'll never be as good as they are at the sport that we watch them play. But that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy that sport. So sport also reminds us that while there are wonderful people in the world who are very, very skilled and very able, we should be able to enjoy what we can do and not just worry about what we can't do. So as you start to think about the Olympics this coming term, and as you think about all the different sports that are part of the Olympics, and perhaps some that aren't, that you yourself like a great deal, try and think what those sports teach us about how to live our lives, and try and think about how we can be encouragers of others as we go along day by day.
Christ alone. In Christ alone, my hope is found. He is my light, my strength, my song. This cornerstone, this solid ground, firm through the fiercest drought and storm. What heights of love, what depths of peace, when fears are still, when striving cease, my comforter, my all in all. Jesus died, the wrath of God was satisfied. For every sin on him was laid. Here in the death of Christ I live. No guilt in life.